single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
If you invest $0 in self-development, expect an equivalent result. Hey guys, I want to show you a set of nails that I created on this Handolly training hand. If you wanted to see how I created this look, keep watching. Okay, hello y'all. I wanted to do a video today. I'm not really sure what I'm going to create for you for the set, but I wanted to do something on my Handolly practice hand, and I've been dying to do this video for some time now. As you've all watched my other videos, I have been really patient, and in my experience with the company, it has been a pleasant experience, even though it has been a very long wait. I've finally gotten my nail training hand, and I'm going to end up doing a demo on this hand today. I'm not really sure what look I'm going to do, but we're just going to jump right into it. So I didn't want to do any prep or anything because I wanted to kind of show you how I'm going to end up using this hand. And so with that being said, when I ordered this hand, it did come with this with these nail tips already on them, and of course with my order I did have some extra tips that came in the package with it as well, and you would all see that if you look at the original video when I first received the first package. So right now I'm going in with a medium to coarse sanding band, and I'm just gonna go over that nail. And we're just going to etch that so we can prep these nails. At the second, I'm debating whether I'm going to use the tips or use nail forms. I'm really debating on which ones I want to use at this point. So we're not going to do anything but this one hand, and I'm just going to show you pretty much how it turns out. I'm not sure how I'll actually like it myself, but this is my first time, you know, going in and being able to create a set on this hand for you all. So you're just lightly etching over that nail bed, and you're going to do that to all, of course, 10 of the fingers. But here on the training hand, we only have, you know, the 5. So you're going to remove any excess dust. Like I said, I'm going to be using nail tips. So with these tips, I'm going to go in as I would if it were a regular client, and we're just going to place them on that nail. So I'm using my glue, which is my Stick Me Nail Adhesive. This is the actual glue, and you can find this on my website at www.drippretty.bigcartel.com. And my glue is very fast set, so after a few seconds of holding that in place, it does dry pretty fast. So we're going to take that right where that nail bed that free edge of that nail is, and we're going to add that tip. So I'm going to do this to all 5 of the nails, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have gotten all 5 of the tips on the hand, and y'all have to really kind of work with me with this camera angle, because I broke my other stand that I normally record on. So I'm using something different, and it's really not giving me the angles that I want, but we're gonna make it do what it does for now. Now, when I ordered this the very first time, and I ended up getting some glitter pots or whatever with them, so I wanted to kind of incorporate this into my first video. This is raw glitter. It is very, very, very beautiful. So we're going to end up using that in this design. Like I said, I'm not sure what design I'm going to create. I'm just kind of going to come up with something. We're going to start off first by shaping the nails. Now, I want to do for this set a nice slender set, so we're going to keep it this shape, I think. I normally do stiletto because I'm a stiletto girl. That is my go-to shape. And then on top of that, the ballerina or either the coffin shape is my next go-to. But we're going to switch it up today. And we're going to do just this long square set. So this is the shape here. I'm trying to keep everything in the camera angle, along with excuse me, doing the nail itself. Now, one thing that I do notice, this is my first time using the hand itself and the stand, so I do notice that it's kind of hard to maneuver this hand for the thumb, being that the thumb does not bend. It doesn't have any armature in it. My other fingers here, they do have armature in it, so I'm able to bring those fingers, you know, up to me or bend them down. I'm able to move those fingers how I need them. So right now, like I said, working with the camera angles is kind of challenging, being that my extra tripod is sitting right next to my arm in my working space here. So it's really kind of difficult for me to adjust, you know, anything to this. So like I said, this is the first go, so we're going to make it work. And yeah, so like you do with a normal set, you're going to go in with your e-file if you use the e-file. If not, then go in with your hand file, and we're going to etch over that nail. We're going to etch over each one of these nails just like that. We're going to etch over them just like that. And I actually, my daughter does nails, so I'm actually probably going to end up giving her one of the other hands that I have from her. I actually have 3 of them now. So I'm probably going to end up giving her one of those so she can get a more realistic feel of course, doing those nails on clients. So I'm going to etch this. Okay. So, like I said, yeah, y'all, this is a very uncomfortable position for me to work in. So if you can actually see what I'm doing, then you can see that it's kind of challenging. But like I said, we're going to rock it out. Now, I'm going to be using my clear acrylic. This is my clear medium to fast set acrylic. This is called Liquid Bandage. You can find this on my website at www.drippretty.bigcartel.com. So we're going to be using my clear acrylic. And like I said, we're also going to use this raw glitter that she sent along with this first order. She also sent some nail foil that I did use some of this on a client. And she did use this. And I may just incorporate the two somehow and create a design for this set. But I'm not really sure yet, like I said. So this is what I'm using so far. I am using my nail liquid, which is called my Drip Juice. And this is on my website as well at www.drippretty.bigcartel.com. And as I go along, you'll get to see the other things that I'll be using from my website as well. So, like I said, this is the shape that we're pretty much going to do. As far as the design, I'm going to... Now, if this was a normal client, being that these are actual full cover nails that are inserted into the hand, I'm not going to worry about putting down a thin clear coat for any nail design. Now, if this is your normal client and you're going to be creating different colorful looks with colored acrylic, then you're going to want to put down a thin clear base of acrylic so that you will not stain that nail bed, because some of these acrylics are very pigmented and it will stain the nail bed. So I am going to be using my number 12 Oval Kolinsky brush from my site. These are called my prescription pens. And I'm going to be using that. So I'm going to be working the opposite side. I'm just going to be putting everything that I'm using over here to the left side, because like I said, my tripod is over here to the right. So again, that's my nail liquid. My nail liquid, my Drip Juice on my website, it is primerless. So with that being said, if you choose not to use primer, or if you forget to use primer, then that would not affect the wear of the nails. So if you're a nail tech or a beginner nail tech and you forget to maybe use primer or your bonding agents for the nails, then this will be a perfect monomer for you. So and I think I know what I'm going to do. I have some flowers. We're not going to do a milk bath, but I am going to use some of these for the nails itself. So we are going to be using this, these flowers. We are going to encapsulate them with my clear acrylic, which is Liquid Bandage. I'm just kind of opening up this stuff so that I'll have it ready. Now, for starters, we're going to go in with this raw glitter, but I'm not going to be doing a sugar nail. So basically, if you don't know what a sugar nail is when you apply a base down, such as a gel or some type of adhesive, and then you sprinkle the actual raw glitter over the nail. That is called a sugar nail. And you can also sugar nails with the little your little crystals as well. You can sugar nails with those as well. So I'm going to be using my clear acrylic, and I'm going to pick up a bead of that, and we're going to place that we're going to pick up a clear bead of that, and then we're going to pick up a small bead of the glitter that was sent. Now, I'm not sure if she sells this glitter, which I don't think she does. I think this is just pretty much a gift with the purchase of it. Now, on our ring finger here, and I'm actually going to put my monomer stuff here so I can get to it. So I'm going to end up putting my brush into the liquid. I'm going to pick up a clear bead of that acrylic. I'm going to pick up some of that glitter. And we're actually going to be putting this on the ring finger. So I'm actually going in. And anytime you're using glitters or colored acrylic, you do not want to put that on the nail thick, because you're going to have to end up encapsulating everything, and you're not going to want to have that nail super thick. So you're going to want to just maneuver that glitter on that nail. So as you can see, that's how that looks so far. I'm going to place that bead. Same as you would do with a client. I'm going to walk that bead to the side. And in the event where you have a little small section like you see here that doesn't have any glitter, because that nail is still tight, kind of wet, you can just pick up a small bit of that raw glitter and just sit it in those spots. You don't have to use any more acrylic. You just sit it in those spots that, you know, didn't have enough glitter in it. Okay? So again, I'm going to grab another small bead of acrylic. And you want to make sure your beads get smaller and smaller as you get closer to that cuticle area. So you want to get as close to that cuticle as you can without actually touching that cuticle. Okay? So because we don't want anything to adhere to this nail, then we want to keep it as far away from the cuticle as we can. So as you can see, because it's a nail trim hand, we're going to keep about that much of space between it. So that's that piece there. Now I'm going to be using my acrylic in Stick Me, and this is my pink acrylic. So we're going to be using that for this very next nail. This is the nail that I'm actually going to be applying these flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and take out about 3 flowers. Okay, so I have about 3 flowers out right here. And we're going to go in with a clear bead, a small bead of this pink acrylic. And I'm going to place it. And then we're going to stick those flowers on that nail. So we're going to pick up that flower and just sit it in there. Okay, so we're going to sit it in there like that. We'll grab another bead of acrylic. Okay, and we're going to keep that in there. As close as we can. Now I think I'm going to go back into my clear, grab a small bead of this glitter. And I'm going to kind of put some little small specks of this glitter on that nail. So just like that. Now I'm going to go in with a bead of clear acrylic. And we're going to encapsulate that entire nail where those flowers and things are. Okay. So that nail should look just like that. And we're going to take that last bead of clear acrylic. A little bit more. Okay, now that nail is done. And we're going to go back one more time, sorry. We're going to put a bead here at that tip. We're going to do that for strength. And we're going to back stroke that into that nail. Okay. Okay, so that nail is done. So with this nail, I'm going to create a nail. just gonna take my brush and I'm gonna make that line as crisp as I can get it. Just like that. I'm gonna go in with this clear again. And this glitter. And we're just gonna add that. So I'm going to take this last flower and I'm going to stick that right inside of there. Just like that. And we're going to encapsulate. Well, we're going to add a little bit more of that glitter to the side here. Okay, now we're going to take that clear acrylic and we're going to encapsulate everything. So we're going to start here. Okay, so that nail is done. And for this nail, I think I may do an ombre nail with this glitter. So we're going to add that glitter here. I'm going to add some of that raw glitter to it. You don't have to add any more acrylic to actually give that nail a little more coverage. So we're going to put a little bit more raw glitter on top of that. Okay. And some more of that. Whenever you're doing an ombre nail, you want to make sure you come down right below where you placed that tip on, or where you sculpted it from the free edge of that nail. So again, we're going to add a little bit more of that glitter. Just the raw glitter, no acrylic. Just going to pick up a little bit of that raw glitter and just add it into those spots that needs a little more coverage. And it's perfectly fine to do this as long as that acrylic is still slightly wet. It will stick. Okay. Now we're going to go in and ombre that nail with my Stick Me acrylic in pink. So we're going to add that. And just feather that right on up the nail. And add another bead of that. Okay, just like that. And now we're going to encap that nail. Both of these nails, we're going to cap them both in clear acrylic. And after you cap that entire nail, I'm going to go back, like I said, and add a little small bead here at the free edge, just for some strength. Normally when people end up breaking a nail, it's always, you know, directly at that tip, or either midways of that nail, because that apex or whatever isn't built strong enough. So same thing, we're going to encapsulate the pinky finger. I'm going to place it. Just gonna walk it out. Now that nail is encapsulated. Now we're gonna do this pinky. I mean this thumb. Like I said, y'all, this thumb is pretty tricky to do because it does not bend. It does not have the armature in it, so it's gonna be quite tricky for me to hold it down and everything while I'm working on the nail. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bend that nail out of the way. And I'm gonna hold this. This is very difficult working with this thumb that doesn't bend. So if you ask me, I would suggest that this is something that can be improved on this hand. It's, you know, because so far this is about the only thing that I can actually say about it that I really don't like, and that's being able to have to hold that thumb in place to do anything with it. So for that thumb, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna just go ahead and do another I'm gonna go ahead and do another glitter ombre finger. Once you pretty much have the technique of ombreing down, then it really doesn't matter how you ombre. So you can do it from the top and work your way down. That part comes with your experience level. So but typically when you're ombreing, you're going to start from that free edge and you're going to move right to below that line where you place that tip, or where you ended up starting that that sculpt from that nail form. So again, we're just adding some glitter in those spots that needs a little more of that glitter. I'm going to take this down a little further. Okay, so I'll take that to about right there. Now we're going to go into that pink. go ahead and bring that on up into that nail. I'm gonna go back in again. I'm gonna another bead, and we're gonna let that sit for a few seconds before we start feathering that out. Okay. There you go. I'm gonna feather it out just like that. And you can actually fade a little bit more glitter into that. Just push it back a little bit more, however far you want it. That all depends on you. I was gonna leave this edge clear, but I'm gonna add some pink to that, just for the sake of this video. Do something a little different. So we're gonna ombre that free edge as well. Now I really do like that, so that's really cute. So now we're just going to go in and cap this nail with clear acrylic. And you don't need a whole lot of acrylic to encapsulate a nail. And that kind of just depends on you and how you're building the structure of that nail. I typically don't use a whole lot, but I do use as much as that is needed. So the last bead, yeah, y'all, this is a struggle trying to get down to this nail on this thumb. So yeah. So now that all these nails are done, make sure, y'all, whenever you're finished using glitters or acrylics, please close them up, because I have done this oh so many times, completely over, and I almost had a heart attack each time I've done it. So you want to make sure you are closing up all containers, all acrylics, any liquids or anything that can spill that you do not want to spill, because, hey, like I said, that won't be a pretty scene, and that's money wasted on product that you could have used for your client. So I'm just closing up all of this stuff out of my way. Excuse me. Make sure you're cleaning your brush out before you sit it back to the side. So I just cleaned my brush out. I'm gonna sit back to the side because we are finished with the brushes and everything. So we're gonna set all this out the way. Now we're gonna go in and file. And we're gonna start off with this pinky. And y'all, I'm just gonna use my hand file. I do use both. I use a hand file and a e-file. And the e-file is what most people refer to as a nail drill. For proper words, more professionally, it's called a e-file. So we're gonna hold that nail. And I'm just gonna go and clean those lines up. Okay, you want to make sure you are holding these nails as firmly as you can at that base, like I said, because these are tips that are slid into the your cuticle area, so they will, you know, slip out if it's too much of anything going on right there in that area. Okay, so we're going to clean that up. Now we're going to go on to this middle finger. Same thing. You're going to hold that nail. Hold that file up and down, straight up and down to file that nail. File that nail just like that. I'm gonna go in just like this. Okay. We're just right now smoothing out any uneven areas in that nail, and you can do that by touch and feel. So you can touch and use your finger to feel down the sides of those nails to make sure everything is smooth. Same thing here. And we're gonna go to the side again. Gonna hold it. Okay, so I'm going to grab a buffer. And I'm just going to buff those. Grab a buffer. Okay, so we're going to take this buffer. These are my buffers that I sell on my website as well. You can grab some of those off of there. gonna buff over those nails, smooth everything out, give everything that nice crisp clean look. Okay, and we're going to do that thumb. Okay, y'all, so all of that is filed and buffed. I'm going to go in with some alcohol. And I'm just going to spray that hand down. Okay, so we're gonna let those dry out for 1 second. And the last and final step, we're going to go in with my Revive No White top coat. This is my all-time favorite top coat. This is the only top coat that I use anymore. I used to use some other brands, but this is the only top coat that I use, which is my brand. My brand is acetone proof, so therefore if you're a nail tech or anyone that works with acetone or anything of that nature, then it does not remove your top coat. It is also scratch resistant, scratch proof, so you don't have to worry about any scratches or dings or anything. Your nail, it does not lose its shine the entire wear. So you can grab your bottles of these right now on my website at www.drippretty.bigcartel.com. and like I said, this is my Revive No White top coat, and in a couple seconds I'm going to show you why I do call it Revive No White top coat. And we're going to jump right on into that. So if you can see here, once I place that top coat on that nail, it brings that nail to life. So that's why it's called my Revive No White top coat. So it brings that complete nail to life. Again, it doesn't lose its shine. It is acetone proof. That means when you get ready to soak off your nails, you have to remove this top layer in order to soak it off, or your top coat will not budge. Your nail will not budge when soaking it off. So make sure you are taking a e-file or either your nail file, hand file, and etching over the top of that nail so that you can remove that top coat. And we're going to do that thumb. Oh yeah, and I just found a different way. I actually took that thumb and rolled it all the way this way, even though it's putting a little tension and stuff on my hand and my wrist. Instead of me having to turn that hand for the thumb, I actually just twisted it as much as I could to this side. So we're going to stick this in the lamp for 30 seconds. Yes, with my top coat, it is LED UV. You can use it in the LED lamp for 30 seconds, and you can use it in your UV lamp for 1 minute, and it will cure completely. So let me cure that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so it has been 30 seconds, and as you can see, these nails are perfectly cured. They like I said, there's no white That's how that thumb looks. These nails look really stunning. And like I said, y'all, my reviews on this hand, but before I get into that, we're going to go in with my cuticle cough syrup. And this is my cuticle oil. This is cotton candy. And we're going to go in and place some of that on the cuticles. And you're going to be using your syringe. It comes with a syringe so that you can apply it to the cuticle. And this is done for, and I decided to go with the syringe for sanitary purposes, because you do not want anything to be touching each client's skin that's going back into any type of container. So once you apply, you put enough cuticle oil in there, and I normally just eyeball it, and you're going to drop it. You're going to drop it so that and you can just squirt the rest back into that bottle. After you finish that, you can spray it with your alcohol or a disinfectant spray, whatever, and you can wipe that off and store that again. That way you're not touching that client's, you're not repeatedly putting anything in there on your client's skin. So we're going to rub that into the cuticles. And yeah, that is the finished look of this nail design. Thank you, Handolly Practice Hands, for this beautiful hand. I really do enjoy it. I really did enjoy the raw glitter that you sent along with my order. I did end up using that in this video along with my other products. So yeah, y'all, if you're interested in any of my other products, just check out my website at www.drippretty.bcartel.com. And yeah, that's it, you guys, for this video. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until my next video, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you then.